Bengals. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in Week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977. But since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Right there, 56. Oh, you got deep?
On first down, Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Coming this way, here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. 22 yards. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And that's good for us Seahawks. First and 10 at the 47.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a first and 10 at the 47. Pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
It's on field. It's on field. You guys, listen. Switch it. Slam. Good job right there.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
A loss of 1 brings up third down.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Dalton with a give here to Mixon, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Dalton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Dalton, 1st and 10. Open man is Uzama. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now it's Lockett. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They run it with Carson pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Back.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Hey, 0. Mike's 50. Quit talking about it and bring it. Still got it. 4 down. Banjo. Hey, Mike 50. Alert. Stay with your man.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He lets it fly, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 47 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on, let's go. Yeah, practice. Hey, team 6.
Dalton here from the gun. Finding Green complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
I I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To Dalton now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
Cincinnati.
Pick me up. Here we go.
On first down, Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, go 368. JT. Hey, Delta. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Here's Dalton. He'll let this go end zone for Green. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, 42 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Well, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
On first down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Look for signal. Kill.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Run left. Alert. Mike's 50. Hey, we got to get this stop. Mike's 50. Let's get this ball back.
Wilson will throw again. Dancing to his left. This one into the hands of Metcalf. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check 24. Tighten up.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go, Mike. 50. Mike. Hey, let's get that.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Check the hot read. Check 99. 95. Go. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. He's tired of you.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Switch. Hey, alert. You remember me.
Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And he's got room. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. C.J. Procise, 36 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 17-14. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on second down. Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 25 yards. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And now the throw hauled in by Green. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. Green brings it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mixon with it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. back will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
I got him. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Wild Bill.
Now Wilson on first down. His throw incomplete. C.J. Procise was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Ross on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, exit. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54, Mike 54.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go, you tighten up. X3, 218, jump.
Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. He's got Green. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon, and he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
93, 52, 93, 44.
From just shy of midfield, Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now they run with Mixon. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
SOS. Watch twins. Watch twins.
They go play action with Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 2nd down, Michelle trying to run inside, but nothing there. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go double count right here, double count. 50, Mike, 50. Drop deep. Watch that. All go special.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Wilson now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. A very solid gain of 27. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Check 3, check 3. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. 50. Check.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Big spot. Andy Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. Past the 20, 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts.
And, a crusher. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Come on. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey. Shift. Check it back.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
At the 16.
Hey, come on. There. Mike's 50. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hey. 50 to Mike. Good job right there. He's not going to get me. Hey. Good guys. 4 down. 50. I know he ain't got it. Hey.
Wilson to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Finding Green complete. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. 54. Hey, wahoo!
It's do or die for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. So the victory here for Seattle, and with that, our journey begins. Charles, week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Seahawks, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.